Mr. Stearns, it's apparent that this administration is performing a lot of unconstitutional actions. You just mentioned Solyndra. You've mentioned, the failing to pass the budget. There's a lot of instances. I'm not going to go into them all. But our Department of Justice is supposed to be upholding our laws, and it appears that Mr. Holder is his own man. He doesn't seem to be responsible to answering to anybody except our president, and he's failing to follow the rules of the Constitution. We've got so many actions that he's performing now. He's suing the states for trying to enforce immigration law. He's suing states for trying to enforce fairness in our voting process by instituting voter ID. He's involved in trying to cover up, apparently, the Fast and Furious Fast and Furious investigation. Also, the failure to the Department of Justice to pursue the voter intimidation case that was presented 2 or 3 years ago. It appears that we have a runaway administration and an Attorney General who does not care about the law. Is there anything that Congress, the Senate, can do about impeaching Mr. Holder?
Well, in the bottom line, this is what elections are about. I mean, if the American people all feel like you, then they should elect a new president.
That's my problem. The voter action, voter ID laws that are trying to be implemented to ensure fair elections are not being enforced, and the states are being punished to try to enforce.
Regardless of what party or what your persuasion is, when South Carolina instituted a law to say, if you intend to vote in South Carolina, you have to have a picture ID, you would think, that'd be a reasonable request.
No.
The administration sued and said it was illegal to have a picture ID.
That's right.
If you're going to vote.
It should
this
be
is what she's
illegal.
talking about. And so the people were saying it's unconstitutional, it's unfair to ask for a picture ID. But when I go to the airport,
it's called Jim Crow electronic.
They take my boarding pass. You know what else they want from me? A picture ID to see what I look like, to make sure. So
not everyone can afford that.
Not everyone can afford
the elderly, the poor. A lot of people can't afford a car, let alone.
They shouldn't vote.
They shouldn't vote if they can't have a car, right, dude?
That's right.
You're crazy.
I don't know if this question's going to come up, but you saw that basically the administration recently issued a contraceptive coverage mandate. And religious institutions are exempt from that, but religious affiliated organizations, charities and universities and schools are not exempt from this requirement. So what he was saying is they must offer the morning after pill and all these contraceptives to their people. And these organizations, including the Pope, complained about it because they said it was an egregious mandate and they felt it was unfair and they want to turn it over. So he finally compromised, the administration did, by saying we're going to mandate that insurance companies must offer to these schools, universities, and charities. They're all religiously affiliated. Now, I'm on a bill, H.R. 1179, which overturns what the administration's doing. But unless, if you felt like I did, you felt what he did was wrong, then you'd have to pass this bill I'm on, and that means that it had to get to the Senate. So this all comes down to who's in control of the executive branch. And obviously there's a lot of people in here that agree with the president because he got enough to get elected. So the next election is going to decide some of that.